Greetings YouTube. Today I'm going to do a review of the Kershaw Oh So Sweet. This is the latest knife that I've been trying out. This has glass reinforced scales with kind of a actual vaguely scale-like pattern on it. Got a spacer bar in the back, which has a kind of a very slight jimping on it, which I thought was kind of interesting. I don't know if it actually does a whole lot. The texture here really does give you a great grip. I'm not sure this does much at all, but you know, doesn't hurt either. Two position clip, which is awesome, which allows you to do tip up, which I have this set up for, or tip down. Unfortunately, if you're left-handed, you really don't have any options because there's no options for that over here, mostly because it's an asymmetrical design. But even though it's a little on the funky side, I still think it's pretty nice looking. I actually kind of like the shape on this. I had to retension this clip slightly after I purchased it because it was a little bit on the tight side. Put together with 3 screws here, which actually go through on this side, and you actually see nuts on this side. It's kind of an interesting. I don't know if I've seen them through bolts like that before on a Kershaw. I could be wrong. This is a flipper, speed safe. I don't know if you'd call this a spear point or a drop point, frankly, but you know, it definitely has a fairly symmetrical blade shape. It came out of the box relatively sharp, which was nice. This is a... I can get that in there. Alright, and it's product code 1830, and it is 8CR13 MOV steel. I gotta tell you, I bought this on a whim. It came in a blister pack. It wasn't anything particularly special. I don't have a box, so there isn't a box. I got it on sale, and I'm like, okay, I'll give it a try. You know, I had some money left from my last revenue check from Google, and that's what I've been investing the money in, new blades. And at first, I was like, it looks all right. But then I even get it in my hand, and I gotta tell you, this has some wonderful ergonomics. Now, I can't review this particular knife here without also looking at the Kershaw Burst, which is the knife I have been carrying until quite recently. Now, I really love this blade. I think this blade shape is one of the best I've ever seen. It's got some nice jimping back here. This notch right here is not only do I find it aesthetically pleasing, but it's actually very useful when you're closing it because it gives you a place to put your finger, which is kind of nice. And I really like this little knockout here, this little choil, and this is a really nice flipper with some nice features to it. This flipper is much plainer, and in fact, when I got it, there was a burr here that was just sharp enough to actually be slightly painful when you used it, so I knocked that off with some sandpaper. I've heard more than one person complain about that, so maybe Kershaw wants to look into why their Oh So Sweets have a burr on their flipper. One thing I really like about this is not only does the liner lock sit just proud here, but the cutout on this side gives you even more clearance, so it really is quite comfortable to get your thumb in there for closing it. And as much as I like this blade shape, and I do like this blade shape, you don't hold the knife here. You hold the knife here. And this handle shape right here is superior to that handle shape. This finger groove is very comfortable. It tapers slightly. It fits in your hand. It's a full 4-finger grip for me. It feels very comfortable this way. Even though there is no jimping on the blade, it still feels very natural. If you have to do a draw cut, like say cutting a strap on a plastic strap on a pallet, you can do that very safely. The key to doing something like that is when you drew a draw cut, you keep the blade slightly away from you so that if this hits your chest, that doesn't hit your chest. Take my word for it. The first time you fail to do that right, you never, ever forget it. And this has really become my favorite EDC now. I would prefer if that blade were on this knife or if that handle were on that blade, but you know, life isn't perfect, and I would be even more thrilled if it was a Wharncliffe shape. But this Oh So Sweet really is a great deal. I think I only paid like $25 for this, which is well worth the price. I was impressed a lot by this knife. It's very comfortable, and I recommend it to anyone that's looking for a relatively inexpensive EDC that fits in your hand, it's very comfortable, and it feels completely natural when you use it.